What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Legend of the Five Rings LCG World Championship video brought to you by these awesome supporters of the channel who donate to the channel on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. We got Hatamoto Timothy of the Lion Clan against John of the Crane Clan. Timothy on the left playing Lion, John on the right playing Crane. Got military versus political powerhouses here. We are in the top 16. This is the second top 16 match I posted. If you haven't seen the other ones from the top 23 and are looking for ones in the future, check out Rob's Gaming Table. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that little alarm bell button to be notified when new videos go up. And you can also check out the videos in a playlist for L5R Worlds on Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. So we have a Kodo Gunzo on the Lion side, going first, and the guest of honor then marshaled in with two Fate on the Crane side of things. A second Gunzo. And then a Brash Samurai. And a Venerable Historian. And I believe the Crane player passed first there to get an extra Fate. They're going to the dials now. And we got 3-1. So two Fate will switch sides there. There's two Honor, sorry. Two Honor will switch sides. So the Lion player looks like he has that 14 Honor using those gold tokens there at the top of the screen. And then the Crane player is using this blue and gold dial you see here at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be hard to keep track of that little tiny number on the screen there, but if your TV is big enough and you're Chromecasting this video from your phone to your giant 80-inch TV, you should be able to see that little number in there. I, however, am watching this on a 24-inch monitor and can't exactly tell what that number is. But we know the Crane player starts at 11. So he would have lost 2. He's down to 9 right now, so we can try to keep track of it, but I will be horrible at that. I promised you that. So looks like Way of the Crane was played there to honor the guest of honor. And she is a 2 glory character, I believe, so she is now a 3-6. I could be wrong. She might be only 1 glory. I can't remember. But the reason the Crane player is doing that most likely is just to have more honor. So he's able to play Voice of Honor, his cancel event, because you can only play it to cancel events if you have more honored characters than your opponent. It looks like he ran into a Meditation of the Tau with a Political Earth. No defenders. First action uses the Crane Stronghold to bow the Venerable Historian. An honored Venerable Historian. But wait, he wouldn't be able to bow it if it's honored. So I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. He did the action on the Venerable Historian, which is action while this character is participating in a conflict. If you are more honorable than your opponent, honor this character. So it's too late. So he bowed it before it got honored, which makes sense. Then we have a Wanderer, so we know the Lion player is splashing Dragon. That gets assassinated. Crane player is splashing Phoenix, I believe. And the ring just, the conflict just fizzles. The ring goes back. No broken province. Nothing like that. Should be over to the Crane player for his conflict. So they're just going back and forth on their pre-conflict actions here. We do see the Lion player has the Earth roll, so they do have a Keeper of Earth, obviously. They have a Keeper Initiate there on the province. So I'm sure he's looking at getting that in play. So a water political. Hitting meditations on the towel on the other side. Coming in with the guest of honor, I believe. Coming in at 5 or 6. I'm not sure how much glory's on guest of honor there. Can't see. It's covered up by the giant Game of Thrones gold tokens there used for fate on John's side of the board. No, it's just one glory. Okay, we see it's one glory. So one fate gets removed from a meditation of the Tau, then an ornate fan given +2 on both sides of the board here. Or not. Actually not. He's taking it back. Didn't take his hand off it. It's going back to hand.
Might have forgotten I was honored. Huh? Might have forgotten I was honored.
And Gunzo gets dishonored because he has pride. The province is broken. The water ring used to bow the other Gunzo.
John, they want to know where you're from. St. Louis. St. Louis. Or no, Chicago. Chicago. I'm from St. Louis. I live in Chicago. Jesus. There's no shut up, Sparks. This is very
So Donovan Sparks watching from the sidelines here. He's behind the camera. So you may hear his voice come into play here. Obviously, as he's getting told to shut up by John during the match here. And you can check out Sparks on the Troll 5R podcast. I met Sparks at Gen Con. Sat across from him during the player meeting of the Giants 700 player tournament. Got to chat with him a bit and tell him his podcast is pretty cool. More because of Darren. Just joking. Darren's trouble. Donovan tries to keep him in line, I guess. Or Sparks, sorry. Sparks is what he's called. But yeah, you guys check out Troll 5R podcast. For some cynical L5R goodness. So we have a military air coming in here, breaking a province using an honored Brash Samurai. And an honor loss there for no defenders. Brash Samurai will even play, gaining an honor for the Crane player, since he was honored, obviously. And we got the Crane favor there. Has a spear on one side to show military, a fan on the other to show political. He's going to put it on military. And takes a fade off the guest of honor. So we have an honored guest of honor with an ornate fan sticking around. Nothing sticking around on the lion side.
Spear, fan. Do you want me to use an actual favor? Okay.
It says military.
It does say military. If he's comfortable, I want to do whatever he's comfortable with. I'll keep my board.
So we got the Academy and the Doji Gift Giver kept face up on the Crane side. He's not getting rid of them. And a nice clean... fresh provinces there on the line side. So they throw fate on the rings. So Crane players smashing 2 provinces there on the first round of the game. Only 1 province revealed on the Crane side.
Which honor are you at? 9?
Sounds like 9 honor on the Crane side. And 13 honor on the Lion side. Crane player going first. Quickly gets that Doji Gift Giver in play. Throws 2 fate on it. Love seeing that character when you're going first as a Crane player. Get to put it out there and, you know, go in on that conflict and basically be a jerk and kneel down somebody or pull someone into the conflict. But obviously, they usually or bow after leaving the conflict. And we got a Spirit Caller with 2 fate put on it. We do see the clan champion there. No, is it the clan champion? Hard to tell under the glare there. No, it's an Honor General. Honor General there on the province. Second province down for the Lion. And they're just going to go back and forth quickly. Here we got the Gift Giver in play. We have the little zero-cost guy, the Obstinate Recruit, who has to get discarded if the opponent has more honor than you. And then the Matsu Berserker. This is a 3-dash. 2 fate left on the Crane side, 1 fate left on the Lion side. And it looks like the bid was 3 on the Lion, 2 on the Crane. So 1 honor switching sides. Putting the Crane player at 10 honor. Should be what's on that dial, I think. And 12 honor on the other side. So we have the Academy trigger there to show a Bonsai face up on the Crane player's conflict deck. He can play that event like it's in his hand. So a nice little threat there during military. So Crane player deciding which rings he's looking at here, checking out which ones have fate on them, which one he wants going on first. Gotta remember what's in the discard pile for that spirit caller there who can bow and bring a character into the conflict. And that guest of honor not allowed, the opponent's not allowed to play events while that guest of honor is in a conflict, which is basically my favorite character, I think, in the Crane clan. So powerful. So while we're waiting for John here to decide what conflict he's doing, which ring he's selecting, make sure you hit that like button on these videos if you want to see more, and help other people find these videos, find this game on YouTube, help them bump into the channel. That'd be great. So he runs into the Art of War with a political water conflict. Looking to either ready a character, which in this case there is none to ready, maybe bow a character without fate on them. At the time of this video, the Crane clan was Keeper of Water, so maybe he's trying to get a Keeper Initiate into play out of his discard pile. I'm not sure if there are any in his discard pile. I cannot remember. I don't think there are. But most likely he's looking to bow the Berserker, since its dash on political can't come into this conflict, so it's definitely going to be standing there with no fate on it, so it could be bowed right after this. So I think the target he's trying to go after here. So Abstinent Recruit, if I'm saying that right. Oh, Obstinate Recruit. Goes in on the defense, gets the fan right away. And gets bowed, since he's still under 2 political skill. And the Doji Gift Giver doesn't need to spend fate to the opponent to do the bow effect. And bow on that Berserker like we thought. And another province broken. 3 cards going to be drawn by the line player.
No. Actually, can I do discard pile really fast?
And you see the Crane player looking through the discard pile of the opponent. When you have a standing Spirit Caller there, you have to know what is possible out of your opponent's discard pile before you walk into a conflict. Remember, the favor is on military on the Crane side of the board there. And it's the line player's chance for a conflict. You know, has some new cards in hand, so he's got to look through and decide what his plan of action is. Still has 1 fate unspent. So three provinces broken on the line side, nothing broken on the Crane side. Crane player is crushing it so far. And he grabs, so pass on the conflicts for the line player. And we're going after the Stronghold with a Fire Military using the Doji Challenger with 2 fate on it. 3 strength on the attacking side, or 3 military skill. And what is that, Ancestral Lands? So that's a plus 5 on the political, which does not matter right now, so we need 7 to break. Does the Crane player have the tricks to bust this up right here? Now you are facing the Lion Clan, which does have a lot of military tricks, so it could be hard.
No, you were there. You were just bound.
So Lion player trying to take an unopposed honor away from himself, but he did have a character in the conflict. Even though it's bowed, it was not undefended.
You're at 7 to my 3, 4.
Oh yeah, 4 on the attack with the favor.
I'll lose the 1.
And we have a bonsai played, losing the honor to do it twice. Up to 8 now on the attack. And I think we see the Spirit Caller bowed here to bring something out of the discard pile. And of course it's the clan champ. There he is. I thought I saw him. He's in the discard pile. And now we have Admit Defeat used to bow him. And Ready for Battle gets canceled with Voice of Honor. Since we have 1 honored character on the Crane side, 0 honored on the other side. And now a charge to bring in the Honor General. So the Lion player using all the tricks he can here to try to stop the Crane player from winning this. And of course the Honor General gets honored as soon as he comes into play.
I should have gotten rid of him.
So I think the Honor General's at 5?
Every possible way. Why did I not get rid of him? Winning, not taking.
So after losing a military conflict, we have 2 Vengeful Oathkeepers jumping into play. And the Fire Ring used to honor the double-fated Doji Challenger there. So no characters on the board, readied on the Crane side. 2 Vengeful Oathkeepers readied on the Lion side for his possible second conflict here. And he takes a fade off the Earth Ring. Trying to get his Keeper initiate into play from his discard pile we see there. And trying to draw some cards. Discard a card out of the opponent's hand. And he goes +1 off the Stronghold. I think it's Military Earth going after Meditations on the Tau. I assume what's happening here, but the ring is not anywhere near the province he's attacking.
Oh, I have the first reactions for it. Huh? Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm trying to... my brain's not working correct. Yeah, you're good. Oh, yeah.
So you lose an honor, then 4 greater glory for breaking the province.
So no defenders, province broken. Gets a fate on each character using for greater glory there.
No more challenges this turn, so... Yeah, go ahead.
And Doji Hotaru discarded from the face down off the province there. And they didn't trigger the Earth Ring or get the Keepers. I don't think. Right? I didn't see any cards drawn or discarded. And no Keepers aren't in play. And I do see an Earth roll up there at the top, matching the ring. See, maybe that's what happens when you don't put the ring over on the province and you don't grab it to claim it. Maybe you forgot that step there.
I'll keep what I've got.
Ugh. I think the ring is may trigger anyway, but I don't see why you wouldn't trigger it. And since he didn't do the actual claim, maybe you forgot to do the Keepers since they're after you claim the ring. But they clean up. They put the rings back, put fate on the rings. Doji Whisper kept there on the province, same with the Academy. And they're on to the next round there. So yeah, I think the Keepers were missed, and so was the Earth Ring. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you saw that there, what I saw.
We've got 7 going into this turn.
So Lion player's first player here in the Dynasty phase. 3 provinces broken, Stronghold revealed. Other side of the board, only 1 province broken on the Crane side. No other provinces revealed. So a second Spirit Caller put into play, 2 Fate put on it. Then we have Daijoji Nurishima played on the other side. And he's triggered right away to flip up a Brass Samurai face up as an action. And the Brass Samurai coming in. No Fate put on either of them. And on the other side, we have a Steadfast Samurai there under that glare, I believe, was put into play. As a forced reaction after a fate phase begins, if you have at least 5 more honor than your opponent, this character cannot be discarded or lose fate this phase. And the Doji Whisperer put into play. The Lion player passed there first to get an extra fate. You do see a favorable ground sitting there on the Crane province. On one of the Crane provinces there, so he's able to bring a character out of a conflict or back into a conflict by moving them. Oh, see, the Lion player just realized he did forget the Earth Ring, and now he's discussing whether it is forced or not. But I think it is you may.
He probably forgot, but we forgot to resolve it.
I don't think it's a forced reaction.
Claiming the ring? It's not a forced reaction?
Do you want to call a judge really fast?
You can call it judge.
Yeah, they're talking about calling a judge here to figure it out.
I believe it. It's okay. It's a mistake. I should have remembered.
I totally forgot too, man. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I resolved Earth. I won the conflict until we didn't resolve Earth.
There's Brad right there. Just double check.
It is a May thing. It's on this.
Okay.
I have the card right here.
I think he just looked at the reference card he has at the side there, and it does say you may. So that's what the Lion player is going to go with. They're not going to resolve that Earth Ring that he missed.
Alright.
4 to 4, so no honor will switch sides. They're both going to draw 4 cards. So I really think missing that ring might have been because the ring was already sitting on the Lion player's side of the board. He didn't actually put it on the province across the board and then go through the motion of actually taking the ring. I really think it just comes down to repetition and following those like small little procedures repetitively, and you'll remember those kind of things. And we have the Academy trigger there to put a Noble Sacrifice face up there. Watch out for those dishonored characters getting sacked. I had some fun with that Noble Sacrifice during Worlds in the Swiss. Using it to sack little honored weenies to get rid of big dudes with fate on them. It was fun. Did a couple good hits with that card. If you're tired of dealing with Knight and Masters with 17 attachments on them and 3 fate, just dishonor them and then chuck a Doji Whisperer that's honored and play Noble Sacrifice and say bye-bye Knight and Master. So Lion player going first here, deciding on his conflict. Looks like he's going Military Void after the province that has the Academy on it. Looks like 4 fate still on the Lion side to spend. 4 fate on the Crane side. Flips over a Shameful Display. 3 characters coming in on the attack here. 2 of the Vengeful Oathkeepers. Should those Oathkeepers still be there when they have gone away? Oh no, he won and did ready for battle, right? To get the fate on those characters. So we have Shameful Display used to honor the one of the Vengeful Oathkeepers that has 0 glory, so it doesn't really matter. And then the Steadfast Samurai gets dishonored, so it is now a 0/0 since it has 1 glory. So I think he's only counting 2 on the offense. Could bow his Stronghold to give +1 to each of them. Could use that Spirit Caller there. I want either of the Spirit Callers to bring in someone from the discard pile. It won't be the Clan Champ since he should be on the bottom of the deck after last round, but it could be an Honored General that was charged in. That should be in the discard pile. I'm not sure if we have any defenders here. Since all of John's characters are up in the front row, not down in the home row, it's hard to tell.
Really fast, just so we don't forget this time. The only patient you can pick.
And for Greater Glory played after breaking the province to put a fate on each of those characters. So 2 provinces broken now on the Crane side. Void used to take the last fate off of the Challenger there, it looks like. So none of those Crane characters are going to stick around next round. If we have a next round.
Spring complex.
So Political coming in with the Doji Challenger, who's honored. 5 strength Political. Fire coming at the Stronghold. I think he needs 12 to break with the Ancestral Lands. And I think he's just doing it to pull someone into the conflict, maybe, to make things more clear for a military conflict coming in second. And since he's doing fire, he's able to honor one of his characters that's coming in on the conflict, or dishonor a character on the other side that is readied. And remember that Noble Sacrifice is sitting there on the top of the deck. Can be played like it's in hand. And he does have 4 Fates, so we can easily get that done. And after the Challenger is used up, it's going away at the end of the round anyway. So you might as well sack it for that Noble Sacrifice. We'll see if that's what he does here. So we have defense here with the Spirit Caller that has 2 Fate on it. So defending for 3. Core games used to try to dishonor the Doji Challenger. So Doji Challenger back down to 3. So I think we're tied here, 3-3. Not able to use the Stronghold to bow the Spirit Caller since it's 3 Political right now. Needs to be 2 or less. 2 spent here for a Seeker of Knowledge, adding 2 to the conflict. So we're 5-3 now. Yeah, looks like something's coming in on the other side here. Oh, spending 1 for the Fury to bow the Oathkeeper. Why not the Challenger? Oh, because revealed provinces. The glory value, that's why, Rob. Come on now. 1 glory on the knowledge, Seeker of Knowledge, so it goes down. Can't do the Doji Challenger since it's 2 glory.
So winning but not taking.
Court games used it to honor the Challenger. Putting it back up to 5. So going back and forth in this conflict here. I don't think he's trying to break. I just think he's trying to get his character honored again, so he can't cancel now. They're tied on honor, but like I said, that Noble Sacrifice is still showing up there on the top right of your screen, sitting on that conflict deck. Still has a fate to play it. Has the honored character to sack, and if he wins this Fire Ring, he's able to dishonor, I would assume, the standing Spirit Caller there at the bottom, just to help him come in easier on that military. Try to break that Stronghold. Spirit Caller is bowed. Who's coming back from the dead? The Venerable Historian? For what? Oh, I guess he was trying to honor it to get 4 in the conflict. But Assassination played right away to kill it. Losing 3 honor on the Crane side.
Half an hour left, guys. Half an hour. L5R.
30 minutes left in the round, we hear. Halfway done. 60-minute rounds in this tournament. I don't see this one going to time. Lots of provinces broken. Crane player might be able to break through that stronghold this turn. Oh, there still is that Spirit Caller. And I believe the Honored General in the discard pile. So that could be tough. That's assuming the Lion player doesn't do a conflict of his own and just passes safely to defend his province. Yeah, the Lion player's reading Noble Sacrifice, seeing what's possible. Sacrifice an honored character you control to discard a dishonored character. And we got a pass, so it looks like winner is the Crane. He dishonors that or the Spirit Caller, sorry.
First action.
And here we go. There is the Noble Sacrifice. Doji Challenger sacrifice to get rid of the Spirit Caller. 1 fate spent.
Military water.
Are we going to have a conflict from the anything coming from the Lion player here?
Challenges. Come for me.
And here we go. And yeah, he shakes. He knows military coming to break the province. Lion player made too many mistakes that round, and the Crane player was able to capitalize. So congrats to John for moving on to the top 8. So top 8 videos coming up next. We got top 4 that was not on the Fantasy Flight stream coming up also. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button beside the subscribe button to be notified when those videos go up or when we go live on the channel. You can support us by clicking the link and donating on patreon.com to help keep the videos rolling, help offset the costs. Always slap that like button if you like these L5R videos. And I just appreciate you guys here watching. Keep leaving comments, supporting, sharing the channel, or sharing the videos around on social media always helps. But yeah, stick around for more L5R videos, guys. See you in the next one.